So far, the crew has cleared every hurdle naysayers have placed in their way. Columbus would be home to one of the 10 inaugural teams. Columbus has outperformed much larger cities. The true success indicator has been from the fans.
Well, it's going out.
Hello, welcome to the club. I'm your host, Mars, and this is the Upper 90 Club, or what's left of it. A podcast that talks about the Columbus Crew, even in the off season. We're kicking off our 2025 off season series. We are a week behind. We took a week off because Ben was in Disney. We waited all week for him to come back so that we could record an episode with him, and now he has neurovirus. So he's not here. He's not here.
You know what else he got? Tip of the head.
He went full Rudy Gobert on Mort and went and he touched all of our microphones.
Yeah.
So we'll see how long we stay alive here. But anyway, let's get this off season started. The Crew lost to Cincinnati, but we're all still here. So with me in the club are Mort, Trey, and Haas. Say hey, guys.
Hey guys.
Hello.
Hey everybody.
I said we're all still here, but yeah, Ben's not here.
Not.
What else? If Ben was here, you got the tip of the hat. He'd also say, "End of the road." He would definitely launch into that one, right? Is that Down on Bended Knee? What
Yeah,
he would sing Boys to Men.
definitely would.
Yeah, I think that was on the playlist.
Yeah, and this is definitely not what dreams are made of,
Yes.
or concrete dreams are made of.
We're not going to do it. Let's not.
We're not going to do it.
Let's not do the
Nope.
made up this whole time. Okay.
Nope.
Dreams are made of.
I haven't heard Mort do that.
Fucking week after deal with this shit.
Okay.
That was one last time.
Okay.
Just
Last
for
one.
it's
Last
like
one. Last one of
I'm
the
pouring
year.
one out. I'm pouring one out from my
Yeah.
long lost friends.
Okay, so we have plenty to talk about. So tonight we're gonna talk. We'll do a quick. We'll keep it real tight. We'll talk briefly about the Cincinnati game because we haven't really. But also, the Nordica Cup was today, and Mort represented our us there. Did anyone else? Haas, did you play? Anyone else?
Nope.
No, so I wasn't supposed to because I was somebody else's stand-in because Ben was supposed to play Nordic Cup, and of course he is not feeling great. So he asked me yesterday if I would play, and I said, "Yeah, the weather looks good, so I'll do it." But it was great. I think there was a lot of people didn't actually show. We have to combine some teams and things like that. But as always, it's a really fun event. A lot of good people just playing, having a good time. There's no egos out there. It was extremely windy. You have to kind of kick up against the wind, and it was like the ball would kind of come back.
Played at historic Duncan Stadium.
It is.
Yes, it is.
Mhm.
And they haven't put up the dome yet, so it's open to the elements.
Could you feel your hair blowing in the wind?
Historic Crew Stadium was. So
Okay.
there's no shielding for that. So, but no, we had a good outing. I had a great team. We had a lot of fun. And then we came in second. So I think I did Ben proud. But we met a team that was taller, faster, and younger. So
More handsome.
all of those.
Mhm.
Yeah, more handsome and better at soccer.
Ah,
So that's kind of the kicker right there. So, but it was a great event. So shout out to Nordic for throwing another fun Nordic Cup.
nice. And we're also, after our review, I want to hear about you guys. I know the three of you rode the bus down to that Cincy game, and especially before the game, I definitely wanted to be with you. We can
Before
talk
the
about
game, yeah.
how your ride back was, and then we also want to talk there's a bunch of league news, and then we'll kind of talk about the 25 season and then what's left in the playoff picture here. So
can I talk about one thing?
Yeah, man.
Norway, baby. Norway. That's what I'm going to talk about. You know, the country where real men eating salty licorice go to the frickin' World Cup, man. Yeah, beat Italy today 4-1 away.
Didn't they have to like lose
undefeated, like plus 35
not...
goals or whatever else, like one of the best World Cup qualifiers ever done.
You're really taking this very far in terms of like thinking you're Norwegian.
Yes,
we know you're from Kentucky.
I'm Swedish.
No, you're
Danish.
No, you're definitely
Dutch
from Kentucky.
Yeah, or from Kentucky. Yeah. But no, God damn it, Norway going, and I probably won't go because tickets are absurdly expensive.
Yeah,
that's
so
all right.
They'll be here with how many teams are there now?
Like 150 teams, I think, at this point.
48.
It's like the teams are playing to get out of the World Cup. It's like
yes. We don't want to go to the States.
Yeah.
But no, so it's been a
congratulations.
Yeah, and it's been 26 years since Norway been in the World Cup, and last time I watched a World Cup game for Norway, I was drinking, so I'm pretty old.
You were drinking?
Yeah, but I'm Norwegian, so
did you? The
I
big question is,
I might have been 12.
Did you have hair?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
In 2000?
Yeah. Hey, so you were talking about the elements today, and since you are of this particular ilk, I'm going to ascribe to the theory that you are in fact from Norway. Do your people cold plunge?
I have a lot of friends and family that cold plunges on New Year's Eve.
On New Year's Day.
New Year's Day.
In Norway.
You start the year. Yes.
And what's the body of water that you plunge in?
The ocean. There you go. How about that?
The big one?
You put your body in the water.
Okay.
That's what you do.
Okay. Well, I have in the last week, I have met some folks who cold plunge in Lake Michigan here, and I've been doing it. And
awesome.
It's exhilarating. Today, the water was 42 degrees.
Oh, that's awesome, man.
And it's exhilarating.
I was going to do it in Hoover Reservoir, but it doesn't really feel very tempting to go through the mud and get in there. Up to the ankles.
Any Simon Birch quotes come to mind while you were doing these cold plunges?
No. I don't. I'm sure that your joke is funny. I just don't get it. You want to explain it for me, or
no?
All right, just look it up.
I thought you'd know it from when it was in a scene before you were kicked out of.
Yeah.
Swiss cheese it.
I don't. Yeah. What I will say is
Swiss cow. Swiss cow.
It gives you time to contemplate things like what it all means. So
it's super healthy though.
I don't know. Yeah.
Unless you die while doing it.
Yeah. Anyway, so that's what I've been up to. I also snapped a picture last night. I went out to Del Rio and sent it to you guys. So they're still in business as of last night.
That was great.
Yeah.
I would love to hear the conversation you had when can we go around the corner and just take a picture of this restaurant.
The story is that my wife and I went out on a date near Del Rio. No, near Del Rio. And literally it was like, hey, after dinner, we got to go take a picture at Del Rio. It's like, why? She's shocker, not a listener.
Why are we doing this?
Yeah. So I had to explain like, yeah, this dinner is great and everything, but we got to go down to Del Rio. Okay.
Whatever you want.
I think you should have taken her to Del Rio. That would have been the best.
Yeah.
Have a special dinner for us.
Yeah.
Just to look at the carpet.
$17 pasta.
Oh, not on our discount.
Yeah. Oh, Upper Dining Club?
Oh, Mars! What's up?
Your money's no good here. Actually, we've never heard of you.
So it's you and Billy Corgan, I guess, and Del Rio.
Billy Corgan turns out to be a big Del Rio fan. He's a big fan of the gluten-free pasta there.
Yep.
Okay, and then Trey, Haas, what else you got for us? What have you been doing this week?
Nothing.
Just staring
Apparently
at me.
nothing.
Just been watching Simon Birch. Just
I went to a concert this week at Newport.
Oh no, you did?
I went and saw Duran Jones and the Indications,
right.
and they put on a fantastic show.
That sounds
That's
fun.
right. That's why we didn't record last Tuesday.
Correct.
Haas was at the show.
Yeah, my end, pretty much nothing.
Okay. Well, I'm sure you've spent some time reflecting on the Cincy game. Why don't you walk us through that really quick, and then we'll talk about your the Noron tour.
Facts that could save your life.
Saturday, November 8th, in the Queen City of Ohio, the Crew faced off against Cincinnati FC in the deciding game of their Round 1 matchup for the MLS Cup playoffs. The weather was beautiful and the atmosphere was second only to the home faithful of Lower.com. This one was played in front of a reported sellout of 25,513 at the Tickle in Cincinnati's West End. Possibly the saddest part of the match was the Bailey's tifo as they held up colored cardstock to form the crest of the club. No artwork, no originality? Lame. But I guess this was to be expected. This match lived up to the hype as the two Eastern Conference in-state rivals punched back and forth throughout the game. Columbus was able to strike first as Russell Rowe was able to finish his strike in the 63rd to notch his 9th goal of the 2025 campaign. But it didn't take long for Cincy to bring the game back level as Brenner found the back of the net in the 67th minute and again in the 86th minute to seal the victory for the Orange and Blue. Cincinnati continues on to the next round of the MLS Cup playoffs to face Inter Miami and Messi's band of Misfit Toys on November 23rd at 5 p.m. Columbus's campaign for 2025 comes to an end with a record of 15 wins, 10 losses, and 12 ties.
Speaking of that next round, what a horrible pick. You have to pick between Inter Miami and Cincinnati.
Uh-huh.
Oh, ugh.
Can they both lose?
Yeah.
We will pick our living horses. It's going to catch on, guys. We're going to make our picks for remaining teams in the playoffs at the end. So be looking at your brackets. I think we had some people fill out brackets on our bracket challenge. We were delinquent
Late to the
in
game.
in our advertisement for that participation. I didn't do one. Mort, you did one, and I think we've got a dozen or so folks that just did the right thing and filled out a bracket, even though we didn't even mention it. So thank you for those participating. We'll send you like a cheek swab from Ben if you win. I don't know, one of our microphone pop filters or something.
Venom disease from Benson.
So we'll keep an eye on that. And then, yeah, for the game, I have some neighbors that they have a couple of boys that play soccer.
Tom?
No. We'll talk about Tom later. This guy, he's an Ohio guy. He's got a couple sons that play soccer. So I invited them over and we all watched the game. So that was.
Is this the one that you wife swapped with?
Yeah.
Or that wife's.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was going to talk about your. I was going to talk about whether we're in an open relationship with Nancy right now. Later, so we can bring that back around. But so we had some friends over to watch the game, and the Crew scored, and they're soccer fans, they're not Crew fans. I'm like, we scored first. That's all we need. Now it's all downhill from here, baby. Like, you get ready to watch this team. We've been waiting all game. Now they scored. Now it's over. I can't believe it. We're moving on. And then, the rest is history. Boy, that was a heartbreaker. So that's my story with much less fanfare than yours. All that I got to do, see from your experience was a handful of pictures on the bus and go into the game. But I want to kind of hear about that from you guys because we haven't talked about it.
So yeah, the three of us were able to snag Nordec away tickets.
Yep.
And we were able to snag seats on the Noron Tour buses. That took off around noon was it noon on Saturday?
Yeah, we left by noon. We were like, that's pretty early, and no, it was perfect.
Does anyone remember the name of the bar?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I thought
The brownstone.
The brothel.
The I'm sure it's in my receipts.
who was on the bus with you? I saw Paco in one of those pictures.
Paco was on our bus. I mean, I didn't know anyone else on the bus outside of Paco and the three of us.
Oh, actually, one of Finn's best friend's mom was on the bus too. So that was pretty awesome.
Okay, and so how many? Was it like handful of buses?
2 buses.
2 buses.
Okay.
Just 2 buses.
Okay.
But as we were at Cobblestone,
Cobblestone.
and hung out at the bar there, like people kept like congregating from cars, and the car driving by with crew flags coming out, and we spent our next 3 hours or so there, and just hanging out as the group just grew and grew and grew till we like filled up the whole sidewalk, till we started like kind of like flowing into the road, because that's where obviously we're starting the march. It was fun because like Cincinnati fans were walking by and people were just chanting at them and all that stuff. So that was a great time. A fun little bar.
A lot of
has-
anti-chili chants.
Yes. And then it was, by the time we marched in, it was a pretty impressive actually march in. We filled out the street, and it was probably a few hundred yards long, I would say, right?
Wow.
100 yards, 200 yards maybe.
Yeah.
And with flags and noise, and it was one of my favorite experiences from that game, probably, other than like when we scored our first goal, or my only goal, I should say. And just walk in. That was really cool. Do the walk in, a lot of chants. There was like crew fans waiting at the stadium. You can see them ahead and all that. So, no, really well arranged. It was very easy to get in and do the whole thing. A lot of beer pushing on I was like, I'm not going to drink a whole lot on the way down. And before I have a beer in each hand, because like I brought beer and I didn't need it.
Yeah, I brought beer and I didn't end up touching my own beer.
So that was great. A lot of good people, a lot of good conversation. Met a lot of new people on this trip. Like it's a ton of fun. I mean, I can't believe after all these years, this is my first like Nor on Tour trip and my first trip down to Cincinnati for an away game. And I would really like to do that again.
Yeah, no,
I recommend that to anybody.
Yeah, for sure.
100%. Yeah, if you have a chance to see an away game and travel with friends, with free beer, I'm just hoping that next time we do it, that a-hole who was outside of the bar, who kept pushing that Aerosmith is better than Prince again.
Oh yeah, that guy.
Oh my God. So
Well, you're going
that
to
was
hear
an
from him
argument.
pretty shortly here, I think.
Yeah, probably. But
we're getting close to the first ad break, but if you, I know we talked about it last time, but if you didn't hear, Ben was on Ace's radio last month, and Ben was the only defender of Prince over Aerosmith in a very long debate with those guys. I think it's unanimous here, right? Like Aerosmith is not in the same conversation as Prince.
not at all.
Never have I ever chosen to listen to Aerosmith.
I thought I made it very clear in the last episode that I traded my Aerosmith album for Weird Al.
Yeah. Just to put things in perspective there. Yeah.
I watched a lot of the videos on mute, but that's about
I
it.
do like polka though, so.
Found crickets on that one. Polka. Kiss me, polka.
So yeah, that wasn't my first Nor on Tour trip, but it was my second this year, all in that same
Second in
playoff
2
series.
weeks. All right, so I gotta know. What's that ride back like after the loss, man?
Dark. Very dark.
Well, it was dark for you
so-
because your eyes were closed.
So there's a kind of like a ringleader of the bus that was kind
He
of
was
hyping
awesome,
everyone
by
up
the way.
for the
Yes,
whole
he was
ride down.
fantastic.
Older dude. I didn't catch his name. He was also a photographer documenting a lot of it.
Yes.
Yep.
And on the way back, he was trying to be cheery for like, just trying to like not let the mood be too dark. And someone on the bus made the mood very dark by screaming back at him and telling him to stop using the microphone on the bus.
Just speak quiet. I was interesting to hear what he had to say. And I was like, okay, I guess I get it. I totally get it. Like some people in the back were
Grumpy.
not happy. And that they have every right to be.
Yeah.
It was a tough loss, for sure.
Tough beat.
But fun trip.
Fun trip.
And highly recommend for Nordic due paying members. That's how you get first access to it. Eventually, if they don't sell everything, it does open up to public, but first dibs are from paying members.
Yeah, and I mean, for all the reasons to sign up for Nordic, to support the membership, to support the collective, this is probably one of the coolest things that you could possibly do. For zero cost, and you're going to ride a bus, drink beer, eat food, have fun with friends, learn chants.
Yeah, Ben and
class.
I were both.
I mean, it was class.
Genuinely expressing much jealousy. Watching.
I don't know if all Noron Tour trips are free like that one was. Both of those were for the Cincinnati series.
I will pay.
But nonetheless, still.
Yeah, I'd pay.
I mean, I think sometimes they do stay overnight for a trip like to Chicago, further trips, but highly recommend.
Yeah, for sure.
Great work by the Nordic.
Awesome. Well, I signed up our friends to come down to the crew game when they play Chicago next year. So we'll have a bigger representation when we go. Okay. All right. Well, let's break here, and then when we come back, I think we're going to lead off with our thoughts and players. Nancy being at the top of that. We'll be right back.
Have you or a loved one been affected by the Columbus crew? Do you wish that there was a space to talk about all things crew and capybaras? Well, you're in luck. We here at Discord Deck have built a home for crew fans near and far. We have more than just crew discussions and are more than just crew fans. We have a book club, MLS Fantasy League, and much more. If you'd like to join our weird little family, then go to our website, discorddeck.soccer, and click on Join Server, discorddeck.soccer.
Side effects may include giddiness, excitement that lasts longer than 2 hours, we are not a cult, and strong opinions for the color purple.
Speaking of Will Trapp, before the game, I caught... They don't start televising the game until like right before the game, which is like fine usually because I'm not like interested in fanfare. I could have used a little more for this. Like I wanted to hear them talk about I wanted to hear everything they had to say about the game, what was going on with the game. I got people coming over. I wanted to have it on the TV. Nothing. Broadcast.
I do have it on the kickoff show or something
I
like
watched
that.
some of that, but it's like 3-minute clips, and I watched everything they had to offer.
No, they have a kickoff show on MLS. That is a separate.
They're going around talking about all the upcoming,
and it leading into the next game, and then it actually leads into the game. So
so what?
Now you know
what
that.
I ended up doing was watching Seattle, Minnesota, and I put it on. Minnesota had a red card, and they were down 2-1. And I watched them go ahead. They went ahead 3-2 with 10 men. They ended up, Seattle tied it, but I think Minnesota ended up winning in PKs. I don't know what they've done since that game. Probably nothing because they're on the break.
The playoffs stopped, yeah.
But, man, what an awesome performance from Minnesota. And then after the game, we put on... I didn't know this was all coinciding, but the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame induction was going on after, and they were inducting White Stripes.
Oh, right.
And Lauren used to like run with all those folks, her and Reba, up in Detroit. And so when they announced it like 6 months ago, I said, you should go. It turns out you can't just like get tickets to this kind of thing. But, so we watched it because she wanted to see it. And Jack White did just this awesome, like if you can watch it, the speech was like really awesome, especially the end. He had like just kind of a metaphor story that he told. So I would recommend seeing that. But then they do like the tributes, and they had 21 Pilots played they played Seven Nation Army, and it was a trip, man. Because they're Columbus band. We played with them at Old Fields or Cobo or whatever that place was. But it's just crazy. It's crazy. Because my kids now, like I was never a 21 Pilots fan, but like it's come up. My kids are like, I want to hear this.
I know a lot of
21
people
Pilots
that love
song,
them.
and I was like, okay, whatever.
Why?
Yeah, why? They showed up.
they're not that
I,
bad.
I won't get into. I won't.
There's a lot worse
It was
bands
fine.
and
It
music
was
out
fine.
there.
I'm not a big 21 Pilots fan, but it was funny to see all that come back around. But the Jack White speech was awesome. So and then they had like Outkast on there, and Cyndi Lauper. Not a big fan of hers, but anyway. So that's what was going on there. So let's get into our
thoughts and players.
All right, I think the biggest news in crew world in the last couple weeks is that Nancy. I was kind of rolling my eyes. They showed some pictures of him at like Port Columbus, standing in the security lane with all the other pedestrians, and like not even like he didn't do no pre-check, no clear. He didn't even do the clear.
He's a man of the people, man.
Yeah.
But the storyline was, oh, he's going overseas to interview for jobs, and like that was hard for me to believe that like they would send him out of John Glenn. They wouldn't like send him a jet if it was like a real club. But lo and behold, it sounds like he was interviewing at Celtic this week, like this in the last couple
It's
days.
still to be determined if Celtic's actually a real club. But
Yeah.
throwing shade at the SPL. I got a lot of problems.
Was it Brendan
with-
Rodgers?
He's still, yes.
Oh, he was.
I got a
no, he
lot
got
of problems that you people need to hear
got
about.
He got fired. He got
There's an
fired. And
interim
they had the
manager,
interim coach
yeah.
right now. Yeah.
Right. I don't know. I mean, he could be going back to Europe to be doing anything.
It is officially now that he had been greenlighted to talk to Celtic. So that's not
Sure.
really any. Yeah.
Sure.
So that's not anymore like an hypothetical. He is talking to Celtic, but that doesn't mean that he will go to Celtic.
And you know
It
what?
just means that he's their number one candidate.
Good for him. If he's getting, if our coach is actually being potentially poached by big European clubs, still to be determined if Celtic is actually a big European club. But if we are getting offers from big clubs such as Celtic, that's a good thing. I'm not happy. I don't want to see him leave. He's probably the best coach in MLS. And what do you expect? You have the best coach in MLS. People are going to come after him.
Well, so I guess my question about I agree with everything you said. We thought he was going to be gone sooner, or we thought that he could be gone sooner.
Right.
We were saying like, oh, him, and we knew
It
Aiden. We were saying like Aiden's gone, Kucho's
Watsky,
gone. And we've seen those guys leave. So the thing with Nancy, though, like I get it as a player. These guys are chasing. The careers are. These years are so valuable, right? Like what you do with each year of your career, and if you want to grow, you got to make these moves. The thing with Nancy, I know that this is where I'm going to pick up my illusion from earlier about the open marriage. It's like I guess my question is, when you see him go and interview for jobs, like, isn't it over? Like if he's going and like looking for a job, like, isn't it kind of, I know that this is a job and it's not a marriage, but like, if he's out looking for a new gig, it's kind of like the ship has sailed, right? Like,
But I think we already all kind of know it. If the right job came his way, he would and should probably take that. My problem a little bit with this in particular is that Celtic is pretty much, they have one rival, is
Right.
Rangers.
Yeah.
And I mean that's one of the biggest rivalry in world soccer.
The
And that's
old firm.
The old firm. Yeah. I had a teammate that was a Celtic fan, and he once came back and said he punched a police horse in a riot between those two games. But
the horse
two
do?
teams, yes.
And if
I
you're
mean,
not
what the
familiar,
horse did.
if you're not familiar with the rivalry, it
Yeah, the
is
old firm. Look it
Celtic is the Catholics and Rangers is the Protestants, and they go back and forth because they're both in Glasgow, in Scotland. And Celtic used to be one of the biggest clubs in Europe, and so did Rangers. And
used to be. Emphasis on used to be.
Mm-hmm.
They have a great fan base. They have a big stadium, a big following. The only way I can see it is like the expectation is that you win, and winning isn't always enough. So meaning like you can win the league and still be fired if you don't take them into like the Champions League. And they've been failing many times.
Because winning the league means beating Rangers, basically, right?
Yes,
Because the rest of the
and
league,
Rangers were even
it's Rangers
down
and
a bit.
Hearts. If you beat Rangers and Hearts, then you have won the SPL.
Yeah, and the SPL itself is a lesser league than MLS. I will say that and stand that every day. It's not.
His name is Morton Crosby. He
Yes.
is located here in
I will
Ohio.
die on this hill.
Yep.
I will die on this hill, and it is a lesser league, but it has that opportunity to get the exposure because it is a high profile club. It's many from those teams or the coaches from those teams in the past have gone to EPL and they get coaching jobs in England or other teams. So that's kind of where but the thing is, Scotland doesn't even have direct qualification to the Champions League anymore, which is that like you have to go to Europe, you have to make a splash. That's the only way you will get from Celtic to like a big club and be like, wow, this coach is into
Explain
something.
that.
I'm not saying he can't do it, but
Explain
it's
that
kind of
direct
a
to
high risk.
Champions League. To explain that.
So all the leagues in Europe is ranked and based on how they perform in European tournaments. And based on that, it's like kind of England. It has like now like what 5 teams or 4
So
teams.
like in CONCACAF, to put it simply, like MLS Cup winner, Leagues Cup winner, Supporters Shield winner, all those teams get seeds for the Champions League.
It's like it's 4 or 5 Mexican teams, 4 or 5, and then it's like a couple of like
Caribbean,
Central America, Caribbean team that comes in because of the ratings of the league, and it's the same in Europe. And it goes like based on how they perform. Like Norway used to have no direct qualifiers, now they have it. That's kind of how I recognize it. It's kind of like the Norwegian league is better than the Scottish league.
So give you a little bit of context. Celtic has won 19 of the last 21 SPL championships, like cups.
Yeah.
Wow.
Right. So, I mean, you're talking about a dominant team in their league, but they haven't done anything in the Champions League.
Yeah.
So to go there and to win the league doesn't mean anything. It is what it's expected. That is the expectation.
As you said, I mean, they've had turnover.
Right.
In the coaching spot. I mean, 20 years, Brendan Rodgers, he was in EPL.
Brendan Rodgers had a
Liverpool
67% win rate.
Right.
They have 70%, 70%, all of them in historically. So it's
so
ridiculous.
we think he's probably, I mean, if it's not this job, it's probably going to be another one. You guys think, does anyone know his contract status? I mean, say
he is under contract through the end of 2026.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like Issa, we're talking around and
One
saying
more
that
season.
he is with us. He's supposed to come back. He's locked in for next year. I think he used that term well knowing that he was going to interview.
Yeah.
I mean,
okay. And it's going to be a long off season, right? So,
and by the time you hear this, there might have been news.
But there may
on
be.
Monday.
But I guess my point is like, there's no reason to believe that this would be the only job that he would be pursued for. Yeah.
Yes, and I think there already was one. There was Saint Etienne. That was one.
Right. That's
that
right.
They were struggling. It didn't fall, but I think that was the right decision to not go there because this wasn't a very good situation.
I think it'll be
like
interesting.
French League 2.
No, they went
dual.
up, but they were struggling. But it's historically a big club.
Yeah.
Well, hasn't Nancy talked openly about how his family likes it here, and that's like a big part of him being here is his family being happy and comfortable? I don't see that in Scotland. Is anyone happy in Scotland?
It's like that bus on the way home from Cincinnati all year round.
You know what? I had that discussion
hold
with
on.
somebody yesterday, and they said we'll drop anything if I can go back in my day and go and live in Edinburgh.
I think Scotland, like famously, the Scottish refer to it as Scotland is shite. Like that is a common Scottish phrase, and I don't know, man. Like when it comes to like going to a big club in Europe, I mean, Celtic have the name. They've got the stadium, they've got the players, they've got the money, they've got the clout in Scotland. But is this the best possible location for him to go if he's going to go someplace? I don't know. I personally do not think so. I don't think it's a good stepping stone. I think he'd be better off going, I would see him if he gets poached by like the Black Knight group in Sunderland, which is famously where Bezbachenko is at.
Isn't that Bournemouth?
Yeah, maybe it is Bournemouth. Pardon me.
Yeah, it's Bournemouth.
But also they have teams around the globe in the French league. And so, I mean, I don't know. I hope this isn't the case, and it has more to do with the fact that I just don't think it's the best place for Wilfried Nancy to end up.
He deserves better.
Yeah, it's not that I care that he leaves. I mean,
it's like a lateral move.
It's not. Let's be real. We're Columbus Crew, and they're
Celtic,
world-known brand. There's a big brand.
It's a bigger. That's probably the best way to say it. It's a bigger brand, but I don't think it's a good move. So
okay,
yeah.
Well, so speaking of our off season and what movement we'll see with our team during that, there's also big news from the MLS. I don't know what they call it, ownership summit, or they're voting on a bunch of stuff. They're gonna flip the schedule. I cannot believe it. Frankly, this always seemed like that not a plausible outcome, but they have voted to change the league schedule to start in July. Is that right? Start in July, mid-July, and run through the end or sometime in May with a month-ish break in the dead of winter in January.
And also, yes. And also they have talked about getting with the MLSPA regarding not playing Minnesota in the middle of winter.
Yeah, they can stagger the games so that they play the
how about we don't play
the warmer climates in the colder seasons and vice versa?
Let's not play Dallas in July.
Right.
Or Minnesota in February.
We've got probably almost enough geography to make it work north to south.
Yeah.
I mean, there's not a ton of teams in the South, right? Miami, the two Texas teams,
Orlando.
Yeah, Florida has two.
Carolina,
3 Texas teams. Yeah,
there's 3. Austin.
We don't really count Austin as a team.
Forgot about Austin.
You will be familiar with Austin.
Not this year.
Coming for you.
I will be familiar with Austin when I wear that jersey next year. That's right. I was thinking about bringing the whole family to that game.
I think you should.
In Austin jerseys and give them a real christening.
They're like, why is everybody acting so funny?
Isn't this great, guys?
We're just
everybody
from Chicago.
So the current season runs from late February through early December, mid-December. So it's switching, like you said, mid-July to the playoffs happening in May.
Correct.
I think it's a huge... At first, I didn't know how to feel about it. I kind of thought... I didn't think it would happen, for one.
Yes.
But after some time sitting on it, thinking about it, reading a few pieces on it, I think it is for the better. The fact that the playoffs will not be interrupted with the 2-week international break, like... How many people just lose interest and forget that the MLS playoffs are even happening right now? So that's a huge benefit, is having the playoffs in May. when baseball is happening. That's just about all that's going on.
What will we
What are you
do?
talking about? What are you talking about?
In May?
Basketball
Oh, you're
playoffs?
right.
Hockey playoffs?
Oh, get out of here.
I'm just saying.
You're right.
Like,
I'm an idiot.
Yeah, okay. That's about as good as the oh, you can't mess with football debate.
But that
I'm not
happens in
making a
June.
debate. I'm just saying
No,
that
you're
those
not.
things happen
Okay.
during that time.
The heat of those playoffs go into June. So the MLS playoffs should be done before those are really heating up.
You know, I would love, well, what I will love about this is like, yeah, we're starting the season without like a forward, and we have to wait to the summer window
Right.
in
Well,
the
so,
middle of the
yeah,
season to
that's-
get a freaking
That's
player.
The big play
I
here
mean,
is that
come
we're
on.
synchronizing with the rest of the world so that trade windows are aligned and business can be done on a logical schedule.
Yeah.
And we should be following those international breaks like the rest of the world now, where we're not sneaking MLS games in.
I personally think that little part about the trade stuff is like just part of the gig. It's not a reason why we're doing it.
Oh.
Like I think I don't think that's a benefit to the MLS.
So why are they doing it?
I think it has more to do with the scheduling timing. You know, you are not interfering with the international breaks nearly as much, and you are able to showcase your playoffs, like Matt was just saying, into May when you've got Champions League, when you've got like the highest of interest going on for these games.
I will say, like, being the only league other than baseball going through the summer, it's kind of nice to go to a game, especially like, I mean, I was talking to Hatch, one of the 312 guys, about this, like, you know, telling you guys to come up here in the middle of July. It's like the best time of the year in Chicago.
I don't disagree with that.
So, like, you know, the prospect of like most games are going to be off, like peak season in Chicago is kind of a drag. But you know, maybe it makes sense.
Okay, hold on. Wait.
Southern teams are.
Wait, hold on. I want to go back to Chicago.
Northern teams are probably.
I know, but hold on. Let's go back to that real quick. So there's probably like, what would you consider like the best 4 months to be in Chicago?
There aren't 4 months is the problem. There's only 2. It's like July and August.
So that's what instead of July and August, you're going to get April, May, and you're going to get August, September. They're not terrible.
Yeah,
I mean,
you just hope that they do what we
April's
said.
a little.
We hope that they do what they said and like get these northern games
played in southern climates,
like, at the very beginning or the very end of the season, so that it's worth watching. We didn't even go to that game. We didn't go to that game at the end of September. I mean, that there were other things going on, but like
they can't play.
I have heard a lot of talk about like the football season and how you can't compete with the NFL and with college football. And to me, it just doesn't resonate. It doesn't make sense. I get why people love Ohio State. I get why people love the NFL. I do. But if you're going to say, I want to be different, my league needs to be different and play in a different time frame because, you know, I can't compete with that, you know, amount of exposure from these NFL and college football teams and yada, you know, whatever. If you take Ohio State football and put it in June, July, and early August and go, we're going to play our games then because we want to be different. It's not the same. You don't get the same hype. You don't get the same thing. So it's like when I'm watching the EPL, when I'm watching Barcelona and Real Madrid and like all these other Champions League and it's winding down and you have the full excitement of the whole soccer world going on at one time, that gets me as excited to watch my team play.
Yeah, I'm good with that. And I'm like totally fine with the schedule change.
But there's a lot of people that aren't. There's a lot of people.
And it's who you're competing with too, though. So we know based on the viewership, we're based on, not necessarily on TV, but in the spectators and things like that, that MLS is closer to hockey than it is to football of college or NFL.
Yeah, but hockey is 82 games.
Yeah, but I mean, my point is that now you're just competing with a you have a lesser of a competitor for that space.
Well,
than you have with
that is
football.
also to
It's football. It's football and everything else, even baseball.
Yeah, but
I mean,
okay,
I know that's
I
I
kn-
know that is the American pastime, but people are not like, oh, you're going to watch the 80th game of the league like on Saturday. Nobody does that,
emphasis
right?
on past.
So wait, hold on. I want to make one more point about that. We already play during the college football season.
That's true.
We're literally playing. We have been playing, and we're still playing into early December. Ohio State and the NFL is playing at the exact same time.
But not at our peak of our season.
Wait,
You want to showcase like MLS Cup, and that the playoff is what really drives the interest. It's like me and most American sports, like even NFL, I casually follow it till we get to the playoffs. Hockey, I might actually watch something during the playoff.
It's better than
basketball. It's March Madness. I don't really follow it
no.
before that.
So then the schedule shift is a better solution.
I agree.
Okay,
with you.
no, I know, but I've heard so many people on the forums and on Reddit and Facebook and all the different things, and people I've actually had personal conversations with.
I also think they're going to squeeze in more games
that continually say like, well, this doesn't make any sense. And it's like, we're already playing the games during the NFL and during the college football season.
Yeah.
This will help.
It sounds like the schedule's not actually that different as Haas kind of outlined. It's like it just kind of starts and finishes at different times.
It's the time that makes
more
sense.
This is a good segue to the next topic, which is we're competing for eyeballs that could be watching other sports that are happening at the same time. The other big announcement, and this is, I'm so glad about. I mean, not for personal reasons, but for the league and for the team. The announcement is that they're going to take down the additional paywall for MLS Season Pass. So now anyone who has Apple TV has access to all the MLS games, rather than making people pay additional above and beyond the Apple TV subscription. Maybe you could have bought it without Apple TV, but it's like $80 a season. And this is what we've been talking about for 3 years or however long they've been doing it. It's an awesome product if you're a fan, but if you're not a fan, you'll never become one. And so what is the growth plan? This is, I mean, many people have Apple TV. And also, I've been seeing ads. They're doing all these bundles with like Peacock and everything else. Like, people are going to have access to these games. And that's the first thing I texted to a friend of mine who I keep saying, like, hey, do you want to watch this Crew game? Do you want to watch this Crew game? I don't have a way to show him how to watch it. And now you can.
So you currently pay for Apple TV, TV. How much is it?
I don't know.
Is it $15 a month?
Like between $10 and $15 a month, and
I'm only
I don't know,
bringing this up because I don't have Apple TV and I only pay for Season Pass. Okay. So Season Pass is $100. I will gladly give Apple $100 or $120, whatever it may be, to get the extra content that I would get from Apple TV plus the MLS season. That doesn't bother me whatsoever. And then, like you were saying, like if they're going to bundle it with Peacock and with other games,
which is English Premier League,
right? And I don't hate the product on Apple TV. I think it could be improved, especially on camera angles regarding offside. But overall, it has been a vast improvement over watching it on Bally Sports in 480 whatever.
So I want to throw this in there because it's like, this is just my own personal story, and I was surprised I didn't know the answer, but I've looked it up. I pay $26 a month, but that's for premium Apple Music. I have Apple TV, and I also have I have 200.
You also pay for Season Pass, don't you?
No, I'm saying it's $26 a month for these things, plus I have 200 gigs of cloud storage that I can share with my family, and it's also like a family plan. It's Apple One.
I do that too.
Okay, so
like
here,
4 additional people could use all that storage space and my Season Pass historically, right? Like, because you can share these licenses with multiple Apple IDs. So like I believe that if you were paying something like whatever I'm paying, $26 a month, I think you can get your whole family on that TV plan also.
After a quick
This episode is sponsored by Apple.
I should be. It should be.
After a quick search,
if you want more people watching these games, it should be.
Apple TV Plus is $12.99 a month, or you can pay an annual fee, which is what I currently pay for season pass of $100.
And they're taking away the Apple TV Plus. It's just going to be Apple TV
Correct.
going forward.
Yeah.
I guess part of this I was going to say is they also revised the entire deal. So it now ends 28-29, 3.5 years earlier than the original contract was made to be.
Good.
Why is that good?
It's going to be just because they'll actually be able to renegotiate with other, companies or with Apple again to earn more money or earn per club, benefits or whatever it may be. And honestly, that coincides with Messi being done.
Yes.
Okay.
But that's the thing is they should almost done that before they brought Messi in, because then you will really had that.
Well, and I don't remember what it was, but I think when he signed, there was some clause in his contract where he received a certain percentage of new signups
children
named Leo.
The souls of all the firstborn children.
No, it had something to do with any new signups to the Apple subscription. He earned a certain percentage of that revenue.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't think it's a bad thing.
I think it's great. I don't see a downside at all.
No,
I guess to your point,
they're going to increase the price.
If you're paying $100 only to watch the games and you don't watch Apple TV ever, and you don't want to watch Apple TV, then maybe your cost per year goes up incrementally. But I think many people are subscribers already, and you pay more, you get more. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's a good thing.
So
I think it'll be a good thing. It'll be interesting to see if they can. Go ahead, Mark.
Yeah, go ahead. I think, MLS will get 50 million more through the 2019 so they get more on the shorter deal, just to cut it short. And Apple also agreed to pay more than 100 million for that sprint season as well. So they kind of did all those. That was a part of it.
Did we talk about the timing?
Not yet. Yeah, we didn't talk about that. Yeah, the sprint season. Let's talk about that.
Well, the scheduled change doesn't take place until the 2027 season that will start in July.
Correct.
So there's the weird time frame of the 2026 season ending in December
next year,
and then waiting until that July season kickoff for the new schedule. So there's a MLS sprint that will run from February until May.
A 14
and
game.
I think they're technically giving away an MLS Cup in that somehow.
Crazy.
That's illegitimate.
So
cup.
illegitimate.
Oh, whoa. We're not calling it illegitimate until we don't win it.
Yeah.
When we win it, it will be a legitimate cup, such as 2020.
Yeah. Or the MLS is back.
We didn't win that, so illegitimate.
Illegitimate.
Child of Garber.
Tarbell, man.
Oh, man.
Okay. So there'll be some weird mini season in there. I think they should just do like a tournament or something.
You call it MLS is whack? Was that what you called it?
That was what I coined it. Yes, MLS is whack tournament. Yeah,
trademark.
Okay, all right. Hey, let's break here. When we come back, we'll do our rundown. We'll talk about 25 a little more, and then we'll do our 25 playoff hopefuls. We'll be right back.
This episode of the Upper 90 Club is brought to you, as always, by Supporter Supply Company. Hi, friends, this is your good pal Morgan Hughes, here to talk to you about a serious issue facing 96% of all crew supporters in Columbus. Why, not enough free shipping, of course. For a limited time now, through the eventual heat death of the universe, Upper 90 Club listeners can use the promo code Upper90Boys. That's boys with a Z on the end at checkout for free delivery on absolutely any order over $10. But Morgan, what if I order $10 worth of stickers, or those goddamned buttons, or some other combination of small items that make you want to kill yourself? Will the free shipping still apply then, even as you curse our family, while you package up our little tiny annoying ass order for us? Of course it will. That's just how much we here at Supporter Supply value our friends at the Upper 90 Club. So head on over to supportersupply.co and use the promo code Upper90Boys, that's boys with a Z, at checkout for free shipping on all your orders over $10. And don't forget to tell them that your friends at the Upper 90 Club sent ya.
I'm gonna beat Haas in fantasy football this week. Definitely 1 reception away. We're gonna do this. No. Let's do our rundown.
Yeah, it's a rundown. We're coming to town. It's a rundown. Okay. What we're gonna do is a rundown. Down, rundown.
Keep this quick. The miles are down. I mean, it's getting cold. I think we had about 1,000 miles this week. I will shout out our top runners. I know people are still training for races. I mean, Kevin Thompson had 52 miles. My sister Mindy's training for I think it's a 50 miler next month. She put up 51 this week. Greg Maves at 40. Chad Kellogg at 38, almost 39 miles. Summer Kellogg, 37.4 miles. Chad ran like an extra mile. This is like, I always wonder what that dynamic, like, are they running together or not? I don't know. Okay. My next door neighbor, Tom ran 35 miles, but he ran like a race. He ran a 50K. Fast Eddie is the name of the race. I don't know anything about it. Chris Holmes, 32. Greg Buzzle. Hit us up, Greg. Tell me how to say your name, man. 31.5. President Stacy. Number 9 with 27
Stacy
miles.
just told me today that she wants to do like a challenge again next year. And she didn't appreciate my lack of enthusiasm.
I'll round this out and then circle back. The Phil Cogley at 25 miles this week. When we were running that half, whenever Stacy talks about running, she refers to it as a dark world. I just, I kind of like, it's like The Godfather, it sounds like it just keeps pulling her back in, like she does this incredible slam this year. And then it's like, she's just pulling another layer back, man. She's going deeper into the darkness. What's the challenge? Tell us more.
It's like a Pennsylvania challenge.
Oh, see, you lost me there.
Yes, so it's anything is a challenge in Pennsylvania. No, it's a 50K, 100K, and 100 miler, and the 100 miler is Eastern states, which she talked about that she never wanted to do. So,
yeah,
we'll see.
Okay.
We'll see.
Sounds wonderful.
No, I have enjoyed a lot of it. It's just it's a time commitment for me as well.
Yeah, and so speaking of time commitment for you as well, you won the club.
Woo!
14.
Thank you, Nordic Cup.
14.4 miles. Congratulations, Morton.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm proud. Thank you.
And we're still watching you runners. I know we're not running as much here off season, but I see we have a few more members. We're up to 127.
Oh,
nice.
Send us the money.
I recruited one on tour down to Cincinnati.
That's great. Good job, Haas. I'll make up for all the running you're not doing.
The complete lack of running.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. All right, you're gonna have to keep me posted on this fantasy football game. I had going into this game. I think I was into this Sunday night football game. I think I was 10% likely to win this game, but
I think you won.
St. Brown did not catch his most recent target.
Is the game over?
No. 2 minute. They just are about to hit 2
So
minutes.
if he catches one ball, I lose. And okay, we'll see. We'll keep the listeners updated because I know it's very important to them. We are in a fantasy dynasty league with Nick Tolford, the man who sings the intro here, and I'm very hands off. I'm an auto draft kind of guy, just like no time. They'll inform me that I have a wounded or even at times dead player on my active roster scheduled to play, and I'll have to get in, and sometimes I can get a change, sometimes not. Nick has graciously texted me before and said, "Hey, you got to change your lineup, man. None of your players are playing this week."
This is pathetic.
Yeah. Like, even like when he's playing me, like, I like in good conscience, I cannot play against your terrible team. So anyway, okay. I want to talk about the 2025 season. I think just a couple topics here. Number one, I think, is the question of like, how did we do compared to what we thought, right? Trey, I saw you take a victory lap. You thought we were going to finish 7th at the beginning of the season. I think we should talk about kind of how things unfolded and how surprised we are. And then also, I do want to just take a minute and kind of talk about just the general playoff structure, especially this first round, because it's new-ish, few years old.
Mm-hmm.
And Nancy had some words about it, specifically how we would have fared in an aggregate competition, which preceded this best of 3 format. So let's start with kind of how y'all thought this season went. I'll save my comments for the end. Tracy, why don't you start, since you had put the marker out there?
Yeah, I think we ended up right where this team was, and a lot of that was on injuries, and a lot of that was on an injury to the biggest signing that we had all year. If Wessam Abu Ali is healthy, I think this playoff run is completely different, which was also part of my prediction, that we would sign somebody big and we could make a push through the playoffs. We didn't have anybody to score. Period.
That was the story this year.
Yeah, injuries, and that affected everything.
Our top scorer was Rossi, and he had, what was it? He ended up at like 16 or so goals.
Yeah,
he had a good season.
15, 16.
Rossi had
a good season, but he was injured
season.
once or twice also, and was out for a few stretches, stretches. Well,
and then second was,
and he's not our fucking number 9.
Nope.
Right? So like, if your top scorer is not your top scorer, like what where's the man? And he didn't show up till later, and then he got injured, as you said, Trey.
Yeah,
that's a white knight scenario. That's a playoff save, but he would never have been able to save our season. He didn't join the team until the very end.
Not the regular season, but I mean,
he everything, like, he didn't get on our team till mid-September, was it? Maybe second week.
He could have pushed this team deeper in the playoffs, so for sure.
Agreed. But we're talking about where they ended. I mean, we ended up in round 1. No. So like, how did this team do in the 2025 season? I think that you're right.
So,
I mean, we had a ton of injuries. We didn't have a striker. There was that we started strong, right? We won our first.
I'm ready to concede to Ben.
What?
I'm ready to concede to Ben's.
Let him talk.
The biggest failure of 2025 is Daniel Gastog. Period.
Oh, that's harsh. But yes, you can't get around it.
Is maybe Issa Tall as well? Because
no way, man.
Lack of depth that this team has. That
you can always survive
so
so many injuries.
Yeah, how do you survive them?
We didn't have a ton of injuries though. We just had injuries on the top of our depth chart. right?
No, we
The
had Farsi
defense.
out for
He's the starter.
extended period
He's
of
the starter.
time. Camacho out for the entire season.
He could have helped. He could have contributed.
Shaberica missed games.
I'll give you that one.
Amundsen missed games. Zawadzki missed games.
A couple times. He's a starter.
Yeah.
Yep.
Amundsen maybe a starter.
Yeah.
Rossi was out a couple times. He's a starter.
Right.
And to your point, there's two things here. Part of it is Nancy doesn't want a big squad. And also we have players in the squads that are not even being really used. So what's the purpose?
Jones.
He's
like Jones in particular, but even like a Sejic, right? I mean, he had periods where he played decently, but it's like it's more he's not a game changer. He's nobody you can put on and get something a little bit different. It's not. Do you have another one, Trey?
Well, I mean, right now, like Mars was saying earlier, so Diego Rossi ended the regular season on 16 goals. Russell Rowe ended on 7. He had 2 in the playoffs. And then you have Gastag on 4 goals from a DP player. Arfston had
Offensive
4.
DP player, like
right.
forward line.
Right. Herrera, a defender, had 4. Wessam Abu Ali, who played 5 games.
6, yeah.
Yeah.
5, 6.
3 goals. 5 games played, 3 goals, 1 assist. And then you've got Aliu, AZ, Zawadzki, Farsi. Like, I'm sorry, but like I'm not going to blame Issa because bringing in Daniel Gastag should have counted for at least 10 goals. I'm not even like saying he's like hitting big numbers. 10 goals. 10 goals. Like, that's not hard. It would have been a 200% increase almost. Come on. Like, that's not good enough. That is not good enough. And no. I'm not going to blame Issa because you can only do so much. Like, he has certain windows that he can sign people in. He signed Aliu. He signed Picard. He signed Wessam Abu Ali. And, like, we can talk if these are Bezbachenko or if they were Issa Tall.
Yep. If you take away Gastag's penalty goals, he only has 4 for the entire season. Like,
yeah.
Terrible. That's less than Max Arfston. To put it some positives here, I think this was the season of Max Arfston took the step to be a elite MLS player. And I also want to bring out Habrun Taha that really took really huge steps this year to be somebody I'm really excited about seeing more from. Just quality offensively, for sure.
What do you consider? Okay, and I'm not going to crap on Arfston. He's had a good season. He's playing with the U.S. men's national team. But what do you consider to be a good season? 4 goals from a key contributor?
5 goals from a wing back. And what was it, 6 assists?
I mean, he's a glorified winger.
It's the assists. We talked about it at the second half of the season.
I know. I'm not. I like Max.
Players. He's making a difference in how the defense is structured playing against
Who's a better player, Ethan Finley or Max Arfston?
Not Max fair, I would say Max Arfston is a better player.
Because
I didn't say he had a better season.
Currently, Max's best season was this season, and Ethan's best season was
not
12 goals.
Ethan Finley crossed
12 goals. 12 goals. 12 goals, 13 assists.
How many times did he cap for the U.S. men's national team?
That's my point, though, is that like we're talking about like I'm always saying that like I have higher expectations. I have higher expectations than 4 goals.
That was a different time too. I mean,
and 13 assists. A lot of those were Kai Kamara's head.
It was.
I don't disagree with that fact.
Take the ball down the right side, cross it into Kai Kamara.
Or
very different system.
I'm not arguing. My point is
how many
your
defensive
best
play
winger.
does Ethan Finley do? Right, none.
Your best winger has 4 goals.
Yeah, but he's not a traditional winger.
He should be though.
I'm not going to get into this. We have.
He's not a traditional. He's not a traditional defender. He is a forward converted to an outside player, converted to a wingback.
Exactly.
So he
Thank you for
should be
making that
better
point.
at going forward and scoring goals. He's not a defender. So I don't have an issue with Max Arfson. He had a good season. But 4 goals is not good enough. It's not.
Well, just to take it from the players and back to the season, like if you wanted our input on that, it was the season that never really started. It never really got going.
Well,
it was teases here and there, but it was no consistency.
It
The
started
best
strong with a
consistency-
bad squad. Like, I shouldn't say bad.
Yeah, it
like with
started
a
strong where we were
skeleton squad,
scrappy
yeah.
and got away. We got away with a lot of things, a lot of scrappy little wins where we didn't expect to win and we won anyways. The most consistent performance we had was probably League's Cup against preseason Mexican teams, right? That was pretty much like where we looked like we came out of there. We're like, okay, we looking pretty good, and then right after that, right?
I think there were
So-
3 times this season we looked good. Well, actually, I don't even know that we looked good at the beginning of the season. We just were winning and not losing.
We were
games.
winning. We were like, we don't
We
know
didn't
how
really.
we're winning.
I don't think we looked good. We did look good. There was a stretch of 5 or 6 weeks from like the end of May or mid-May till like the end of June, if I remember correctly, something like that.
I think
we
you're right.
strung 5 or 6 games together, and we actually looked good. We were like dominating teams.
June 14th to July 12th.
Yeah, beat Vancouver.
Right after we lost to Miami 5-1, beat Vancouver 2-1, beat Atlanta 3-1, beat Philly 1-0, tied with the Sounders, beat Cincy 4-2.
Yes.
And then we came back to the ground getting smashed by Nashville, and then it was
Yeah.
back to inconsistency again.
Yeah. So and then I think we had a glimpse of greatness. As you said, we looked decent at the beginning of League's Cup. We did not lose a game, but we did not make it through the group, if I remember correctly.
Yeah,
We
it was
lost
like-
a game in
yeah.
PKs, but we didn't lose a game in regulation. And then we had a glimpse of greatness when Abu Ali started scoring for like a week or 2 in September. And we thought maybe we could put it together, and then he
It wasn't even.
he and
started
Roski
putting together
got
some
hurt.
goals.
With
but
Slotsky already out. The season was over at that point.
Yeah. I would even argue that we finished the season pretty strong in these games. The problem is, and I think we're going to go. I don't want to get too much into the next segment either, but it's like that the 2 games in Cincinnati. It's not much between these 2 teams. Both of those games could have gone the other way. I will still argue, especially the last one.
Yeah.
That's my
Yeah.
take on that. But even so, I don't think we had the squad to go, probably not past Miami. But
No, and we'll see how since he
it
does.
was a very frustrating season. And not like, sometimes we have a bad season. And you're like, yeah, we aren't better. And this season was like, we should be better.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, so let's jump to that. Haas, you want to add anything?
No.
Let's jump to the playoff format. I think we have some differing opinions here. What do you guys think? So the comment from Nancy, this is not a quote because I don't have it pulled up, but if you look at, he gave them the benefit of 2 home games. The aggregate score was we scored 5, they scored 3 across 3 games. Even if it was a 1-1 like they used to play, we win that series 4-1. Now and I'll try not to have an opinion on this. I'll just state the facts. It doesn't matter what your goal differential is. You're playing a format that skews toward it. It gives a large advantage to the higher seeded team because they get twice as many home games. But the way that the games could be decided is more readily a shootout. Now, we didn't have any
Right.
shootouts, so that's a non-factor in our series. But I do think that the format going straight to PKs flies in the face of like how this game is played. It's a silly way to decide a contest, especially as it stacks up as a best of 3 kind of stage of this tournament. But I want to hear what you guys think.
I disagree with him. I think it's 2 parts to this. I like this because the regular season matters. If we had performed in regular season, been up there, we've been gone through in this series. Because we didn't perform, we don't. But if we had 2 games at lower.com, I think we will beat in Cincinnati and gone through. Right? As easy as that. And that means that the regular season matters. Now it actually has more of a purpose. What I do not like is the fact that it's like, well, first round is like this, and then second round is like that.
Yeah, it's kind of
right?
arbitrary. Yeah.
It's arbitrary. So, but then again, you can kind of call it like, I understand that a conference final could be a 1 game. I kind of understand that. But maybe the next round you do something as well. Maybe go from 3 to 2 to 1, right? Who knows? That makes more sense. At least they have more pattern to it. But because at that point you can say, well, they both deserve to come this far, and they both deserve to have a chance to play at home. I don't know if that really matters. You get that buy you get that buy or the benefit in the first round from replacement, but after that, having just one-offs seems kind of brutal. It's just from one extreme to the other in a way.
Yes. And in the past, if I remember correctly, it was aggregate till the final, right? In the past, it was home.
I think it was like a home and home.
No, it was home.
I think that depends on what passed.
Home and away. It was home and away.
Yeah. The most recent
for
pass.
three rounds or so, and that was like that my second favorite goal, the Harrison Awful goal on
NYCFC
Halloween in New York was actually the first game, but it proved to be we what did we win 4-0 or 4-1 or something, and it with all those away goals, it ended up being the goal we needed to advance in aggregate, and that was I think a second round matchup, and I think that they win aggregate till the final, if I remember correctly. But either way, it was multi-round, home and away, aggregate score wins, away goals weighted heavier.
I'll be really interested to see what happens with the new format coming up with 27-28. There has been talk of going to a single table, so no east-west. And there has been talk of splitting it into, I believe, five regional divisions. So it could get really interesting in terms of what the playoffs look like going forward, and maybe the Supporter Shield does become the trophy that everybody wants because there's no East-West. So I think that will be.
I like that idea. I mean, I can you imagine like we had a division that had Cincinnati, Toronto,
Chicago,
Nashville, or like something like that. Like make it a little more local, so actually you can actually kind of go to the games too,
right? And
have those together, and the winner goes to the playoff. But then also that you have the table that is like the wild card, more like hockey. That's like the hockey model today.
It's the NFL model too.
Yeah, that is them. Yeah, you're right. But in NFL, it's kind of like wins. It's not goal differential and points and all that stuff. So it's not the same. But hockey is probably closer to that. But I kind of like that. Especially because that every one of those games going to matter more than they do today.
Right. Well, and that's going to be one of the things. If they go to a regional model and you have us playing Cincinnati and Chicago and Nashville and Toronto or whoever, and those games mean twice as much because that's your standings moving forward within the division, like that's going to get really interesting. That
spicy.
It could create really good regional rivalries that we don't currently have. Mm-hmm. I don't like Cincinnati. I hate Cincinnati. I could care less about Chicago though. I mean, but I'm hoping
kind of an old rival.
It is, but
there's no simmering Rage. Yeah.
No, I mean, but at the same point, most Bears fans hate Detroit. Just because they play them all the time. Like that's
Green Bay. Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, so
Minnesota.
currently we play everyone in the East home and away.
Right.
We play random teams in the West once each year.
Three or
Not
four
every
of them.
team.
Like Vancouver this year and LA last year. Love that.
And
So-
never Austin.
Yeah.
Oh, well,
It could. I mean, it
But-
could have some significant changes to how the regular season goes.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting. I mean, could you imagine that like our Cincy games, our Chicago games, Toronto games, and Nashville games count for almost double, even if we're just playing a home and away?
I would
Like,
love that.
It would be awesome. Like these would be must-see viewing for regional areas. So I think it has a lot of potential to move. It just will be curious to see what they do with the table and the seedings. And yeah, I don't mind a 3-game in the beginning, but they're just trying to give the advantage to the higher seed. Like that's all that entails. Is like, oh, cool, you were the number 2 seed, Cincinnati. We're going to give you 2 home games instead of 1. So you're going to get twice the revenue, but you earned it. And you're not going to get knocked out. You get 2 chances at home to win. If you don't win, that's on you. But I don't know.
Worry. Dong will find a way to screw it all up and make it not as good as it should be.
We're gonna play in Mexico,
and all but one team, and that was Charlotte went through of those the teams hosting.
Oh, Charlotte upset.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, everything else was chalk.
All right. Well, I think that's a good segue to let's lay out, Haas, if you have it pulled up. Tell me who won our fantasy football game. Well, so I don't know what our schedule is going to be in the off season. We will be having a discussion periodically. You have something to say, Mart?
Yes, I have something to say, and we kind of alluded to it anyways, but I do want to make sure that we go through the 2025 official season-ending prediction table.
Oh, sure. Go ahead.
So, first of all...
2-1 bot.
2-1 bot. Great
Just
season.
Barely. Off to a hard... Yeah, I mean, I've been guessing 2-1 for the last 2.5 months. It has not worked out for me.
I have a question for you, though. Do you think that 2-1 bot winning, like, is that bad for the sport of soccer? Like, if it's so predictable, then
I think that is reflective of Crew's season this year.
Okay. Yeah, I think you're right.
Because 2-1 bot would have won last year. It would probably would have won last year. Because we scored too many goals for 2-1.
Yeah, we could probably crunch those numbers and see how 2-1 bot
so
would have done last year.
Yeah, it was just the fact that we could squeeze by a couple of 2-1s.
Will you do that?
There.
Will you, not now, but will you tell us how 2-1 bot would have done last year?
Yes, I can definitely do that. I will tell you that.
Okay.
But of the humans in the group, Haas,
Congratulations, Haas.
Yeah, 31
I may not have
points.
won in fantasy,
yes,
but I won in score prediction.
I'm the
predictions. Yeah,
I'm the number 1 loser of us with 25 points. Trey, since the season officially over, I can say that you are
not it
in 4th place in the tiebreaker with Ben. You had 2 perfect score. Ben had none. And
Only
Mars,
person to get no perfect scores. Ben.
Yes, and to the wooden spoon, to the wearer of the Austin jersey in the basement is Mars. We look forward to having you.
Hey, I'm looking
Ohio.
forward to wearing my green jersey. If you could just kind of get it tailored for me, my right arm's a little longer than my left. Happy Gilmore. I'm looking forward to it. I came to the last regular season game this year. I had a great time. I had such a great time. That was an awesome weekend. So yeah, and I'll be there for the first game of or the first home game of next season, whether it's our first or second or third, whatever it is. I'll be there. I'll be in green. Hopefully, I'll get on the capo stand, and we'll see whether I subject my children to that experience as well. But until then, guys, 25's in the books. We'll see what unfolds between now and February in the off season. But until then,
season 5.
Yeah, we're entering our 5th season. So, yeah, interesting. Okay, well we'll talk about it next week or sometime soon. Until then, go Crew. It's Crew time. Thanks everyone for joining the club. We hope you'll listen next week and every week, even in the off season, to celebrate or commiserate. We'll save you a seat. If you like this podcast, please give us 5 stars and subscribe. You can email us at upper90clubpod@gmail.com. That's upper90clubpod@gmail.com. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram at upper90clubpod. Go Crew!
And that's why Mark got kicked out of the viewing.
I remember that.
Grade.
I remember that he hits a foul ball and kills his friend's mom.
Wow.
And Mark and Alfie chose to laugh.
We laughed and we got kicked out of the class.
Was this a true story?
No, it's a movie. It's like,
oh, yeah, a movie. Oh, okay. I thought it was like somebody telling
it's
the
a
story.
movie. And like,
which movie is this?
Simon Birch.
Simon Birch.